Hi, how's it? We're in the following part now. Please go engage your bearings by watching the previous part to figure out what in the world is being spoken here. I was speaking about in the last part how it is that women, if at all they try to take over the position of men in the world, how they end up bringing about the fall of that world, and how those men just, very namby-pambily so just abide by the desires of this woman and cause a whole world to fall, like what happened with Adam. Well, I will give you an example. In this country, like witchcraft is so, not witchcraft, so that too, but female lordship over men is so extreme that men are being made literally like puppets or servants at the bedside of very evil women. Portia Mohau is this woman that repented from witchcraft, from the occult, from Busangoma, right? And she was giving a testimony of one time with this one friend of hers that she was working with in the occult, a fellow witch, basically, that she had to go and rescue from some assignment gone wrong. Go Val province, not province, Val, because so this woman was carrying the Dogoloshi. That would be small little demons, minions, I don't know what you want to call them, blabba. Okay, I don't know what the term for Digoloshi is in English. It's like little tiny zombies, tall, short little demon men that witches in this country use. Like, it's really bad, it's prolific. Anyway, whatever. This chick was utilizing Amadigoloshi or something, and they were like hanging on her breasts or whatever, and she was stuck. Like these Digoloshi, she tried to do a job on some house, like some people's home. She wanted to steal something using witchcraft from that household, and she was there in the wee hours of the morning. And Portia had to come and rescue this woman because she got stuck. Okay, she got stranded in Gogeding, unable to go in. Or something, but the person that called Portia to the rescue, the whole story for me is what is the word that I'm looking for? Look, some of the things that Portia says I don't necessarily proliferate. I agree with some things, others I don't agree with. So her whole testimony in explaining how the spirit realm works, I don't necessarily subscribe to all of it. So that's why I'm not giving you all the details of this particular testimony. However, I just want to highlight to you in this particular rendition of the story just how namby-pamby men are. This woman that was Portia's friend in the darkness had to be rescued from potentially being stoned and mobbed and killed and burnt, torched by the people of the Vowel, because they tend to, when they find witches in the act, burn them. She had to go and rescue her friend from getting burned by doing some ritual to free her from being frozen, because something went wrong with these tikoloshis of his, and it is a thing that went wrong that I don't want to explain because I don't subscribe to her description of it because it's not biblical. Okay. However, what is important to highlight about her particular story is the fact that her husband was accompanying her. Her husband, the husband of this woman that was doing this ritual where she got stranded, stuck to a point where a fellow witch had to come and rescue her. This husband creature, in and of himself, was not into witchcraft, was not a witch. He was not a practicing occult practitioner. Do you understand what I'm saying? This husband, he wasn't practicing, but he was the side kick. Thank you. I think that is the perfect term. Hey, what are you doing? Ish. As in, like, I don't want her chilling on my bed. Like, I don't. I want her to chill in her own bed. Cran cat, chill in your bed. Somebody's sleeping in my bed, my bed, my bed. Hey. Whoa, I come home early. Get out. Ish, whatever. Let's just leave the cat alone. Okay. The issue here, the thing that just kind of got to me, was the fact that her husband was accompanying his wife to practice deeds of darkness, because he had to be there as a prop man, a sidekick. He had to be there to hold things in position so her whole witchcraft ritual could work. But in and of himself, this husband guy was not a practicing. He just helped the wife along. He was the sidekick. That is the problem with South Africa. Like, men who in themselves are not necessarily involved in very dark, shoddy matters are helping shoddy women, like very evil women, fulfill their thing. You are married to a woman that you know is a prolific Satanist, and you're just like running with it. That is Adam consuming the fruit in the garden with Eve. Just because the lady was like, I just ate, so I think you should eat too. What happened next? The fall of all of mankind. Never mind just the two of them. So, story Seda, Sa Portia, with Portia's little rendition of what happened in this particular ecosystem, just is very telling of how the men in this country are with their witchy wives. Yes, men in and of themselves are involved in darkness. My ex-boyfriend was involved in a lot of satanic activity. So too are many other guys that I have dealt with. In and of themselves, they were involved in dark arts. But understand that when they marry women that are Jezebelian in nature, they become even worse. They become little docile servants. They are like, they're props at occult shows, occult like rituals. They become cup holders and bearers, cup bearers, and they become prop holders, and they become like what is this terminology when you are guarding coast? Yeah, they are coast guarders. They check for the popo. They are the getaway vehicle. When they are the ones that are supposed to be running the show, leading. And so when you allow a wicked woman to run the show like that, your manhood will be ripped away from you. It is no wonder they so easily kill. These men are namby-pamby. They are like Ahab. And a man like that, who is married to such a wicked woman, you must understand, he will do nothing. He will stand idly by in the presence of travesties on the ground, like the killing of innocent women and children. Like what it is that chivalrous men do to rescue the day, they will not do it. They will just stand back. You know why? Because their wives are telling them to stand back. And in my country, a whole bunch of wicked women have told men, leave her alone. And so I'm languishing. Literally, I have lost all of my 30s. A viable woman, entirely marriable, is not considered worth the while to be taken up by men, because wicked women have been like, what is the point? There's nothing good about her. I've been ignored by every lost man I have run to for help. If they started out helping me, they ended up manifesting demons all up in my grill. Upon me refusing to do certain things, they then were like, whatever, just died like the rest of them. And guess who heralded them? Guess who applauded them for abandoning me, for leaving me to die? Women. That is the curse over South Africa. An effeminate prince is responsible for why it is that men are so girly and they're being run by women. Prince, in this dream of mine, was, like I said, with one yellow eye and one red eye. Okay, so what is the purpose of this principality? First and foremost, I've already mentioned, it is there to effeminize men, to create butch females that are running society into the ground, that are very extremely wicked. But how they work is through witchcraft and fear. So in my dreams, all throughout all of my time, these two colors have been used to represent the exact same thing. I know they're not the exact same representation across all dreams. I'm not here giving you a Christian dream dictionary. Please don't mistake me for such. It's just my own experience that God uses to explain things. I've always associated personally the color red to witchcraft, and I've also personally associated the color yellow to fear. That might not necessarily be true for everybody, but because it's true for me, God uses these colors to give me understanding. Do you understand? So don't go on and apply this to your own dreams and think that that's a thing. That's the reason why I can easily listen to dreams of people that use these colors in a more neutral sense or a holier sense, like seeing a red sash across the across the breast of the Most High when they see him in dreams and visions. I don't write it off as saying there's witchcraft involved in that dream, because I understand context is different for everybody. The Lord uniquely deals with every Christian insofar as they're able to interpret and explain their experience from their vantage point in a way that can be believable and receivable and alongside confirmable by the scriptures, by the rest of the body of Christ. Then they get to use different symbols to explain different things to different people. Do you understand what I'm saying? So in my particular life, green has always represented just what green is, jealousy. Yellow has always, in a very natural sense, yellow has always been used by God to represent fear, lots and lots of it in my dreams. Either the color yellow or a spider, because I've got arachnophobia. A person that does not necessarily have an issue with spiders might not feel like seeing a giant spider in their dream is an issue. But for me, I gaze it thoroughly as fear being instilled in my ecosystem. So too are spiders' webs. I don't have a big issue with cats. If anything, I have one that is quite cute, that likes to take over my area, my space, and make it her own. So I don't associate cats with witchcraft, while a lot of people do. So if I see a cute little fluffy cat in my dream, I'm not thinking something demonic. I'm thinking it's a cute little fluffy cat. Unless the cat is emanating something or oozing something really evil in my dreams, then we got some problems. I always associate the color black with indeed just what it is, darkness, and the color white with brightness, the color cream with compromise. In other words, a mix of white and a little bit of yellowish sighting with yeah, you get my point. That's how God uses colors. The way that I see them in waking life, the way I interpret them, the way I view them, what I connotate them with, whatever it is that is the connotation that I gauge behind a color, God uses them in the exact same capacity in my dreams. When I see pink in my dreams, I see fluffy, cute, beautiful girl. When I see a very muscular man in my dreams, I see a patriarchal figure, because that's just how I've always connotated that kind of image. Or sometimes if it's shrouded in darkness, I see it as indeed just that, a strong man, an entity of sorts that is very hard to bring down. But some demons come out with fasting and prayer, so we pray, we fast, and we bind that strong man. I've actually had a dream of a very strong, chunky, orky man falling to the ground with his with his hands tied in ropes, and that was God showing me you finally brought down a strong man, and a demonic strong man. That's how God uses images in my dreams. The way I understand them in real life is how it is that I interpret them in my waking space. In the dream space. Okay, so the